Hello everyone, my name is Ben. Right now I'm in the small gated community of Fairfield Harbor, about to go off into Pamlico County for the last time before I go off to college. If you have heard about the Super El Nino, you will know that places such as Eastern North Carolina are currently at risk of massive flooding come that time of the Super El Nino, which I think is supposed to happen next year, if not this year. Either way, scary times for communities such as those in Pamlico County. I'm starting off in Fairfield Harbor because this is the last community that you will come across before you enter into Pamlico County from Craven County to its west. Because Fairfield Harbor is located in southeast Craven County, and even the creek that it's on, Broad Creek, depending on if you're on the side of Broad Creek in Fairfield Harbor, shares the border with Pamlico County, literally across the creek. So you can be in Fairfield Harbor while looking at a piece of land in Pamlico County. There isn't really much to say about Fairfield Harbor itself with things that are in it. It's not a very populated community. Well, actually, I'll actually go on to say the opposite. I'm going to contradict myself there, because the towns that we're about to go into have a lower population count, I believe, than Fairfield Harbor, such as Alliance, maybe even Grantsboro. And Grantsboro is probably the biggest one, second biggest, maybe to Bayboro. So other than that, really what's going on in Fairfield Harbor is just a bunch of old people living. Very safe. It's a safe place to live, but not necessarily environmentally. This place has flooded very badly in the past. This place is super prone to severe weather causing floods. In fact, I think only several years ago was there a massive flood that there are videos of on YouTube that I remember looking at before going on this expedition. Well, anyways, this is Fairfield Harbor. This is the side closer to Pamlico County. There's another side of Fairfield Harbor. There's actually three sides, really. One where the marina is, one where more or most of the houses are, and then this side, which is closer to Broad Creek and has the Point restaurant and the golf course. So yeah, next one I will be showing is the small community of Olympia. Before I get into that, I do want to point out a flaw with how Fairfield Harbor's community is located. It is 10 minutes away from Highway 55 East, so you gotta drive a little bit in order to get anywhere. And to enter New Bern, or downtown New Bern, I mean, it takes about 15 minutes, and in order to get onto streets such as Martin Luther King or South Glen Burnie, it'll take you about 20 minutes from Fairfield Harbor. Now, considering how much of the population is old in Fairfield Harbor, this really doesn't seem to be that much of a problem. But that is something of note, and definitely the first thing that came to mind whenever I first saw Fairfield Harbor, because you have to keep in mind this is still in Craven County, even though it is very close to Pamlico County. It is also really an enclave, or I guess, yeah, enclave within Bridgeton, which is in Craven County as well, and borders on Olympia. Bridgeton also can just be called New Bern sometimes if you just want to ignore the fact that it is the bridge town, literally. There's developments going on in Broad Creek, I think, that are on Broad Creek Road, which leads to Fairfield Harbor. There's that lot, I think, maybe going for either a resort or a golf course, or the extension of the Fairfield Harbor golf course. But right now, this is really just Bridgeton, North Carolina, instead of Fairfield Harbor. Definitely raises concerns if you look at it at a sociological point of view of this community of Fairfield Harbor kind of leeching off the surrounding communities. because it just refuses to really integrate and associate with those communities, being that it is gated, very much so to where they like will turn away people or have people wait like 20 minutes at some of the gates if they don't have the proper quote unquote clearance to get in. Anyways, next time I will be recording at the Shell gas station because yeah, boy needs some gas. I got 72 miles left in the tank, and yeah. I'm over here at the Shell on Highway 55 East. Gas was 59.69 if you can see over there, and we're about to head that way towards Pamlico County. But there are a couple of things that I want to note. One, it's gonna seem like I'm punching down whenever I'm making commentary on the small towns of Pamlico County, simply because I don't understand why someone would live there if they're like my age. I'm 19, I'm a guy. Pamlico County obviously isn't for 19-year-olds. If it's very rural, it's very small town, and I'm just a big city guy, so it's gonna come off like I'm punching down a lot, but I'm not trying to. I'm definitely not trying to come off as rude towards people that live there, because there are obviously valid reasons to live wherever you want to live. Just not personally my thing. Two, there are two different places in Pamlico County, or two different routes that I can take. Let's go ahead and ignore my nails. I need to trim them. But there are like two different routes that I can take. I believe that's oriented correctly towards Pamlico County. So I'm gonna just go. We're definitely gonna end up in Grantsboro and Bayboro and Olympia. And I'll point out those communities. Then I will also point out which route I am taking. All right, that being said, we're gonna pull out of this Shell here. Oh, I should show what I got in the gas station. I got this, which is, I call a mistake because it is 7:14 p.m. I got a bottle of Fiji water, and then I got some gummy worms for later, because it ain't American if you don't get some junk food along with the junk drinks or soda, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's head out. So this is probably the most busy intersection heading this direction. Well, if I'm not mistaken, it might be the only one heading in this direction that isn't in Pamlico County. There's also another busy intersection in Grantsboro by the Speedway. Also lowered the AC so that, or not lowered the AC, but lowered my fan, like the rate at which it spun, because I didn't want it to blow down to my mic. As you can see, or if you can't see, I'll read it out. Bayboro is in 14 miles and Oriental is in 24. Given that the speed limit is about 55, you can go 5 over in Pamlico without much problem. That'll take you 14 minutes, 24 minutes to get to both of those places. A little more if you're following the speed laws, which you should do, because North Carolina is an absolute speed limit state. Heading this direction, you're still in Bridgeton, but you are about to be in Olympia. I've been through Olympia many times. Can't say there's much to say about it. There's a lot of church though, or there is a church, I believe, called Broad Creek Church, because it is near the Broad Creek. There's a lot of private land, farmland. I'll tell you right now, the folks in Pamlico County probably do not play about their private land. Nobody really does, but those in particular, I would imagine, would come out onto their lawn with a shotgun if you stepped onto their land the wrong way. But yeah, this is about to be in Pamlico County, I think right after this bridge. This is the Patrolman Paul Williams Bridge, dedicated, I guess, to a patrolman named Paul Williams, not to crack jokes or anything. We are now in the Olympia Fire District. Doesn't look much different. You got farmland on the right. You just got trees to the left, so there's nothing to really show off on the left. Grantsboro is in 8 miles. Also, to note, there are a couple places I won't be showing and won't be going to immediately. Maybe I will go back on the way back, or tomorrow if I decide to make this into a 2-day thing. But there's like Arapahoe. I might not be pronouncing that right. There's Arapahoe. There's Minnesota Beach, which is like I'm gonna be completely honest, there isn't really anything to see there. It's just road. Even in places like Mesic, which is coming up after Grantsboro, you will still find like some places to even stop at. Every time I drove through Arapahoe or Minnesota Beach, I really couldn't find anywhere to stop and look around. It's kind of just you drive there and then you get out. And you don't really end up there on accident. It's very intentional. You have to get there pretty intentionally by taking a turn while you are in Olympia or about to head into Grantsboro. So I'm pretty sure this is Pamlico County now. If I'm not mistaken, there used to be a sign that said Pamlico County and then Olympia Fire District. But I guess that's not there anymore because this is no longer Craven County. Look at all this. So much farm. Really not much else other than this highway and some stuff that they're growing. I'm not sure what they're growing. I'm not a farm boy. Sorry, y'all. Don't have the knowledge to spit. There's like advertisements here for Gretchen's Bistro, Pamlico Marine and Trailer, authorized Generacs. You just have a lot of small businesses trying to make a living out here because there is not a lot of like economic activity going on out here. There's a lot of chains, I'll say, in Grantsboro, which I feel like might be the most employment in the entirety of Pamlico County, being the fast food chains, the Walmart, the Dollar General, and in Pamlico County, in Grantsboro. But other than that, I can't really think of much going on economically in the entirety of Pamlico County. And you'll definitely see that later on in Mesic, Alliance, and Vandermeer, and wherever I end up at. There just isn't a lot to build because it's so swampy out there. It's not very stable. Excuse me. My God. There's doctor offices in Bayboro that I'm aware of. I would imagine it's the same in Grantsboro, but we'll see if there's those same things in the further towns inside of Pamlico. Reelsboro is to my right. That's another unincorporated community like Olympia is. If you look it up on a map, it won't tell you that Olympia or Reelsboro are their own towns. They're considered unincorporated communities. Like, for example, Tick Bite in the Grifton area, if you're aware of that. That's also in eastern North Carolina, about an hour from here. If not more, if not a little bit less. Trying to fill up the air with a little bit of talking, but all I can really do is show off what all is out here. You have King Tobacco and Vape. If you take that right, you'll end up on Chair Road. You can end up on these back roads in this back road community that has no name. It's right across from Fairfield Harbor. I've been back there once. Very dirty in terms of what my truck got. It got very dirty, because there was no paved roads. That's Pinedale. If you go that way, you'll end up towards Minnesota. There's the ABC, Minnesota Beach is what I'm talking about. I think all the camps are also back there, or not all of them. That would be a gross overstatement, but yeah, you have forest. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm really capturing it well here, but I am trying to drive and stuff, y'all. There's some forest, there's some church. A lot of churches out here, y'all. Grantsboro is in 3 miles and Alliance is in 4 miles. To my right is the future home of Pamlico Christian Academy. I just graduated high school. In my senior year, I was actually thinking of transferring there because I moved from Grantsboro to Craven County. We are now officially in Reelsboro. However, there were churches up earlier that were called Reelsboro. So I guess Reelsboro is a bit of a median or a middle in between, intermediate between Olympia and Grantsboro. Then right after Grantsboro, which I guess is only a stretch of a mile, considering it's at Grantsboro 3 and Alliance 4. After Grantsboro, you're gonna have Alliance. And then once you get into Alliance, things start to get a little bit weird. And then once you get past Bayboro, not weird, but different. I'll say different because it's really not weird. It's nothing bizarre. It's just not something I'm used to. I grew up in Goldsboro, North Carolina, which is an hour east of Raleigh. Very, I guess I would say urban. It's not like it's skyscrapers or anything. It's a pretty run down city. Not run down, but like, it's not somewhere you want to live. I would put it in the top 5 worst cities in North Carolina. Not that I lived in like the worst part of it, but it's not the greatest place to live, but it was nowhere near as rural as Pamlico County. So Pamlico County is just very different for me. I'm not trying to talk down on the ruralness. I mean, people, dude, if you're from North Carolina, especially Eastern North Carolina, you know there's a lot of farm guys, a lot of guys that love going hunting, love going fishing. That's their thing. They would love it out here. I mean, they would love it out here because Pamlico County is a very nature-driven place. It's named after the Pamlico Sound, I think. Might be wrong. So now we are in Grantsboro. We have some Hebrew there to our right. I'm not sure what that's really about. I guess it has to do with a church, some broken down or rusty metal sheds, a lot of advertisements on our right. And you have to notice that they're built in like this rural kind of swampy thing. I had to put my phone down because there was a sheriff that just drove by. He is not turning around though, thankfully. Because I don't want to be caught while recording, even though I'm not looking through my camera while I'm driving. That would be really, really dumb. I've heard it Grantsboro described as there's a museum. I forgot about the museum. There is a museum here. Yes, that is correct. As a chain city or chain town. This place only got like a population of 700. This is about the busiest intersection right here. There's Speedway, CVS back there, Bojangles back there. I actually went to that Bojangles, and the sanitation rating was really low, so I left. Grantsboro, I've had my experiences with Grantsboro. Not a lot going on here other than these chains. There's the church, another church. There's O'Reilly Auto Parts. That church actually looked pretty cool. There's, I guess, the Republican headquarters. This is definitely a red city, right? This is very obviously a red city. That's fine, you know. People have political opinions, right? But you don't look this way after voting blue for 100 years. You have to get to this point by voting red 100 years. So there hasn't been a lot of development. Let's be honest, there's not going to be a lot of development in these rural communities if you're voting red every single time. Or if you're really just doing the same thing every time that you vote. And I can't imagine a world where before the party switch, or after the party switch, this place voted blue. That would be mind-boggling.
I actually fact-checked what I was saying here, and indeed, Pamlico County is not anywhere close to a battleground county. It has been solid red since at least 2012, when voting for Mitt Romney in the presidential election of 2012. And the people that they elect to their local boards and such are all Republican, except for, I think, maybe one Democrat. So, yeah, boards, and by boards, I mean, like, their board of education, but also, like, who they elect to Congress. Now, if you want to say that's a contributing factor to how Pamlico County looks, go ahead, but that doesn't have to be the assumption you make. All right.
Anyways, there's a smoke shop there. There's a Maranatha. I'm pronouncing that like it's Sanskrit. You have a place called Little Italy to the right. It's like a sub pizza place. Doesn't look to be open right now. There's a car wash. I've been to that car wash before. I figured out that I did not want to be at that car wash though. Right now we're on Alliance. Well, there isn't much to say about Alliance. That isn't just me filling up the microphone. You got these little houses to my left. Something to my right. I'm not even sure what that is. Oh, there's the UP. There's the post office there for Alliance. It's pretty big, guys, don't you think? There's a Napa know-how. Actually, Alliance is a lot like Grantsboro in that it has these stores on the left and the right. More on the right, honestly, if you, or, I guess. Whatever side of the road this would be called. There's a license plate agency here. There's a Taekwondo place here. Really, the reason why I'm recording this, the road so much, is because I haven't really seen a recording of the road. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this guy so he doesn't think I'm, like, stalking him or anything. There hasn't been a recording of this highway or this road, especially once you enter Pamlico, Since like a long time ago. Like Lowland, for example, which we're gonna get to. We're definitely gonna get to Lowland, North Carolina, because that place is a fever dream. For me at least. Should I clarify? Oh wait, 35. I think that's Bayboro's speed limit. Oh, we're already out of Alliance. See, that's a very small town, and a lot of it just felt like Pamlico Primary School. They call the elementary school here a primary school. That's interesting. Sorry, I'm not trying to have my phone all the way down. Here, I'll put it on my steering wheel. This is better. So like I was saying, oh no, it looks like the libraries they're either, hopefully they're doing construction, not tearing this place down. I'm gonna get to the left lane here so I don't run into a pole or anything. So now we're in Bayboro. There's a doctor office out here that I'm aware of because I have a friend that works there. This place is pretty nice. I would say it's probably the nicest of the Pamlico County communities. And then this is the cross, or like there's two decisions. Sorry, I don't know how to really phrase this. So I'm gonna be going on the left side towards Marybelle instead of Oriental. Oriental is not in the direction of like Lowland, which is somewhere I really want to get to today, because there hasn't been any videos of Lowland since probably 15 years ago, and okay, we're heading towards Vandermeer and Mesic. Okay, this is where I wanted to head towards. This was my intended route. Oriental, I don't really think there's anything even around Oriental other than just Oriental. Look at that. Sorry, I did not capture that well. But yeah, you got some river there. Ooh, my hand is shaking. Yeah, I've been holding this phone straight. You could say my arms are a little bit weak. I wouldn't blame you for saying that. I guess this is the neighborhood, community of Bayboro. Might still be in Bayboro. I'm not sure. Guys, while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and crack open the Monster Energy on my right, even though it is 7:30. This is not the smartest, I will say, not the smartest video to be making. Especially when you're holding your phone instead of like having it in a like a holder, like I've seen some other people do. I don't have that, but I still want to show Pamlico County, because really I don't think there's a video of someone just driving through Pamlico County, just straight up, you know. Now, there's probably some older ones. There's a lot of older videos of Hobucken, which is something I've noticed. If you look up Hobucken, Hobucken, if you're not aware of it, I'm gonna show it later in this video. It's like required of me to show that place. It's nearly a ghost town nowadays. There's like videos from the 90s of Hobucken, from 1994, I believe. I gotta slow down here because a little bit windy. We start seeing these motifs of these houses being put on like stilts, I guess I'll call them. There's definitely another name for them that is more correct. You got an abandoned little house right there. Probably because of like a disaster or something, or maybe someone just got sick. Not too sure. That's very curious though. Something on the side of the road. Looks like some tire. What else? There's some farmland to my left. Really flat out though, so it's not like they're growing crops or something. Not like cropland, but like it looks like they're using water for something. Speaking of which, I'm all up in the steering wheel right now. I want to talk about data centers out here. This looks like somewhere they would put a data center, right? However, I think that Pamlico County has to count as lucky stars, because the land here is so swampy that other than the houses already here, you can't really like build a massive data center to use the water from the Pamlico Sound. And it's just like there's that. I think that's the reason why there's been such little development over here, because there's so much like soggy ground, you know. So we're still in Bayboro, actually. We're not in Mesic yet, but things are starting to get a little bit more rural, I guess. I don't have the right words for it. There isn't so much to say about what's going on around me. A lot of trees, a lot of random break-off streets, and a lot of the houses are built up so where they will be able to like avoid flood damage, given that floods do happen out here. The higher up really that you are out here, the better. Look to our right, that's just like wet ground. Church right there, nice church. Looks abandoned now, but probably a nice church back in this day. Yeah, church right there. There's a church to my left. I think there's a church coming up to my right. They don't do anything but praise Jesus Lord out here, you know? Yeah, another one, the Antioch Congregational Christian Church. A bunch of Christian churches out here. I would imagine probably all Baptist for some reason. I'm gonna switch my hand, so. Oh my lordy. See, this is why they can't put no data center out here, because they be building over stuff like this. So now that I see this, okay, they could probably, unfortunately, build a data center out here. That makes me sad. Because, man, this place is more than a place where you should build a data center. It's not just data center land. I originally planned to stop in each town and record, which I probably will start doing in a little bit. Once I get to Hobucken, Mesic. Mesic is like, I know of a place where you can stop in Mesic. My right arm cannot support my phone right now, so we're gonna drive with the right arm instead, and the left arm's gonna hold the camera. Look, more land, just lots and lots of land, where they're doing some farming and stuff. I think, guys, the main event is coming up. The main event. One moment. Yes, Mesic, Hobucken, Lowland. You can't make it out right there, but it does say that. Mesic, Hobucken, Lowland are probably the trio, I would say, of Pamlico County. There's Flamingo Grill. I think that this part that I just passed through is called Cash Corner number 13, if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to fact check me though. Abandoned house right there. So we're gonna be heading into Mesic. Mesic, you can stop somewhere in Mesic. I'm gonna do that. Take a video of the church and drive towards Hobucken. There's a trailer park right there. I'm surprised we haven't seen more trailer parks. You see like more trailers on the left, but it's not like an actual park. There's a cat. I think that was a cat. More houses, just houses, farmland, trees, and trees. Lots of trees. I'm gonna slow down a little bit because the speed limit does drop. This is established in incorporated in 1971, probably established before then, but incorporated in 1971. Mesic, like little Mesic, look at little Mesic here. Just make sure you cut your grass if you live on the highway, and you make Mesic look a lot better. Places like this, I've thought about, how would you raise a kid out here? And I've came to the conclusion, you probably wouldn't. Now, it's probably bad to raise a kid out here, but it's probably worse in places like bad parts of Durham, or like bad parts of Vietnam, if you will. Grantsboro probably worse. But I just imagine if you're super young and you're nerdy, you're not really into hunting and fishing, which is fine, and if you are, I feel like you get bored out here. I know that I'd probably get bored. Either that or my entire life trajectory would have changed towards me being more outdoorsy. I've actually watched a video of Mesic recently, so I've seen these houses like yesterday on video, and now I'm seeing them in person. This is Mount Olive right here, so I know that there's like a little stopping point, and yes, there is. I am smart. So let's just take a look here. The center of Mesic. Left highway, nobody's coming. Oops, not in focus. Left, no one's coming. Right, No one's coming. There's 4th lane. And then there's a church. My right hand is twitching, guys. Completely twitching. This is the Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church. And back there is the Credle Family Historical Memorial Cemetery. Not much else to say about Mesic other than show this off. Luckily, very luckily, there's like a little parking lot here for me to be able to video this. Last time I saw somebody drive through Mesic, they would be here in an RV actually, and then take a left down there, and then drive into Alliance, Grantsboro, Bayboro, stuff such as that. And I didn't really scout out a place for me to be able to stop out and take a video, but yeah, there's a truck driving by right now. He was looking at me a certain type of way. Hopefully that's nothing to worry about. There's a basketball court back there. I'm not sure if that's public. It's probably private, but I could just notice that. Have to check my rear view here. Don't necessarily trust this place very much. Not in the way that, and not in the typical way where you would like distrust a community if it has a bunch of crime in it. This is the type of place where if you're out past sundown and you're not recognized, you probably want to get out. You probably don't want to stop, while you're out here. So I don't feel entirely safe, but I could just be paranoid. Let's look left, right. We're good. There are nobodies on this highway really, but still you want to take good care to make sure you're not gonna hit nobody with the truck. So that's Mesic, and that's probably the first proper stop that I've had in a town and was able to show off. Trying to get it right. There's Half Moon Road right there. Now, fun fact, there's also a Half Moon Road in Bridgeton, North Carolina, which is really close and just in the neighboring county. So there's also a Half Moon near Jacksonville. So probably in like, oh my gosh, what is that? Onslow County, I think, if I'm not mistaken. 7:43 right now. My parents, I asked them, hey guys, can I go exploring? And they're like, yeah, just don't do anything stupid. You can call this stupid, I guess, but other than that, I'm not gonna be doing anything quote unquote stupid. Look at that. It's nice. Well, there's a car right there. Gotta make sure you're on the right side of the road. Y'all don't want to be left of center, which I am not, rest assured. I'm not sure how it looks from the camera because I'm not looking through the camera, but I'm not left of center. I'm actually riding like the right white line. So if anything, I'm closer to hitting these trash cans. But yeah, you can see this house right here is on big stilts like they have at like on beach houses. I'm gonna slow down here just to show off a little bit. Look at these swamps out here, man. These swamps are killer. I'm not sure if you can reach those by boat. I'm not sure if there's like an entire route that you can take to get there, or those are like isolated pockets of water. I'm trying to switch hands. I really should have trimmed my nails before recording, but it's okay. It's okay. Nobody really cares. There's more land on the left. God. And to think there's probably some like AI company that has thought about putting a data center here makes me sick. Literally makes me sick, bro. So I want to get back to the super El Nino thing that I was talking about earlier. So, okay, I'm gonna assume whoever's watching this by this point believes in science. That's the smart thing to do. Environmental science. They believe in it. They're wary about climate change. They're wary about big historical catastrophic weather events happening. So they think about things like that. A super El Nino event would mean massive flooding, I think, in the western U.S. and the eastern U.S., including Pamlico County. Pamlico County cannot take flooding. Not right now. Really could not. Like, if enough rainwater falls, this place would flood. Which is scary. Like, nobody wants that for Pamlico County.
Because like to the left and right of this highway right now, it's all water. And I can only imagine like one hurricane could mean, and one bad hurricane could mean like just straight flooding, And I've seen flooding after one, I can't remember the name of the hurricane, after a certain hurricane in Lowland. And if there's a massive super El Nino that is supposed to be as bad as they're saying it is, guys, like this is gonna get flooded horribly, like catastrophic levels of flooding. That's not something anyone wants to hear if you're from this region, and I'm from this region. My parents live in this region. They just moved to this region of North Carolina, so it's scary. It's really scary, because that could ruin lives. There's going to be weather coming up soon that's going to ruin lives, and whether people learn from it or not is another story. I think the last time I drove through here, I actually cannot remember. Oh my gosh, you guys see that bridge up ahead? That's the bridge to Hobucken, the best little town in North Carolina. I'm very, very interested in showing you guys Hobucken, North Carolina today. But yeah, maybe if it gets bad enough, people will start to think about, hey, why is it so hot outside and why are we getting flooded out every couple of years? This isn't normal, you know? So to our right, there's Aurora. To our right's also Coast Guard. Oh, that's nice. But straight will be Hobucken. This is the town I said. Guys, I don't know if there's 3 people here, 50 people here, or 99 people here, but there is not a lot of people in Hobucken. The last time I went was June of last year. And boy, let me tell you, I didn't disturb anybody because there was nobody to disturb. Look at this big bridge. I think this bridge used to be oh my God. Pause everything. Look at these views. This is insane. Wow. That's really cool. I forgot what I was talking about, and that's fine. That is completely fine. I'm fine with forgetting what I'm talking about. This bridge got up very high. Okay, I actually remember. There used to be a turn bridge, like, I don't know what it's called. There's a certain name for it. I almost want to call it a Spain bridge, but it might just be called a spin bridge. Welcome to Goose Creek Island, settled around 1750. Guys, this place is old. But here, I'll set up my camera properly. Got abandoned house to the left, that's what you're greeted with. And other than Bayboro, there's like no medical centers out here, so that's concerning. That's my biggest concern for places like this. Then there's definitely people that live here, but look at the Hobucken gas station. Doesn't look like there's anybody there. That's Lowland over there. We're gonna go over there. Don't you worry about it. I think this is all of Hobucken, this one road, and more houses, more stuff, just kind of stuff to my right here. Very grassy area. Now, that's a really dumb thing to say, but this place feels very grassy, very, very green, you know? That's a nice little house. I like that little house. But it feels like I can't really pull that hard of a punch on this place because, well, that's a very nice house. They've done very well to upkeep that house. Graveyard to my left. Hobucken School. Now, do you guys think there's still a Hobucken School? Leave your predictions below. But spoiler alert, if there's anywhere between 3 and 99 people, there's anywhere between 3 and 99 student age kids. Ooh, my right hand is tremoring bad today. So the answer is no. Pavement ends in a little bit. There's a video of the old bridge on of Hobucken that you can find on YouTube from 1994. I'm gonna slow down because I don't know if there's people just walking about. I wouldn't blame them if they are, honestly. There's a Ford. I actually don't know what that car is called. This is where the pavement ends, and this is public property, so I'm gonna go on it. So y'all, they don't even have pavement all the way in Hobucken. And at a certain point, it's like, you know, why would you? I mean, look to the left and look to the right. You'll just see, like, this is swamp. Like, this is just pure swamp. There ain't really nothing else you can build on it. It's not like you can build a house on this, probably. So, yeah, it makes sense for them to say, hey, we're not gonna build a road here because there isn't really no reason to. We're not gonna pave the road here because this is still a road. It's just not paved road. It's not, I guess, highway. Just a lot of water, a lot of swamp. And I've heard a lot of good things about Hobucken fishing. A lot of good things about fishing out here. On that water, on that bridge I just showed you, they do commercial shrimping, commercial fishing, and I think there's a bad overfishing problem here in Hobucken. Ooh. They need to put some rails out here. Right there is just some water just sitting there. Come to think of it, I think the one time I drove through here at like 7 a.m. in June, I think a car came the opposite way, and it was some old guy driving, like waved and smiled or something. So maybe the people of Hobucken are very friendly people. I wouldn't know. I've never talked to anyone who's ever said, hey, I'm from Hobucken. If you're from Hobucken, though, make sure to drop a comment. Drop a like saying that you're from Hobucken. What? Drop a comment saying you're from Hobucken and drop a like. That's what I meant to say. Left and right, you got these tall, I actually don't know what those are called. Grass? Swamp grass? Sure, swamp grass. You can hear the rocks banging around in my truck right now. The little pebbles. Hopefully I'm not driving on anyone's land. I think this is public. Really think this is public. I haven't seen anything saying no trespassing, private property, and out here they will let you know if it's private property. So yeah, it's really cool though. This is like the only town I can think of off the top of my head that is like has a massive tract of unpaved road. Feels creepy out here too because there ain't no signal out here. So you're kind of stranded when you're out here for a good probably 45 minutes because I've been driving for 41 minutes. Meaning that this place is about 50 minutes from where we just started originally. Ooh, I'm gonna back up from the steering wheel there so I can see. There we go. There's a house back here. That's interesting. 1608, whatever road. Feel like I just doxed somebody. I don't know if anyone even lives there, but there is a house there with an address, I guess. I'm not sure what you would call this road. I guess you would call it some type of highway, maybe. But yeah, I first took a video of this last year on my Snapchat account, but when I deleted my Snapchat account, I lost that video, very unfortunately. But I was just yelling because I didn't get it. I was like, who the hell would live out here? Ooh, there's a boat right there. Land posted, no hunting. Hold on, we're gonna get out. Never hit Hobucken soil. Now I have. So it says right here, no hunting from, can't read that, some bay, J-O, maybe just Jones Bay, to Mouse Harbor? It looks like it says HRBR. Viola. I have no idea what that sign's trying to communicate. There's my truck right there. Just kind of leaked my license plate. Whoopsies. We got just water. A lot of water. Let out a boat into this water. I imagine you just go down into the swamp. And to my right, whenever I was driving down here, I saw a boat just kind of dislodged. I think that might be a part of it. Look at that. This one's boat. I just left it out here. And guys, we saw nobody walking around Hobucken. I think I see some trash over there. That's really sad. Make sure I don't I can't really see anything over there, but
I think when I was recording, I probably caught it. There was a boat kind of submerged over there. This part. But yeah, I mean, guys, it's dead quiet. The only thing you can hear are the insects and the water. There we go. Yeah, now you can see it. See it just enough. Oops, there we go. Now I feel a lot more threatened if this place had a bunch of people in it. But nah, I mean, it doesn't. Ooh, there's bad mosquitoes out here, so I'm gonna definitely get back in the car, the truck, what have you. Ugh. 0.5? Alright. So this is called Goose Creek Game Land. We're on the Intracoastal Waterway here. River Ditch. Mouse Harbor. It was communicating Mouse Harbor to me. There's a mosquito on me in the car? Come on. It's like not fair, man. Pamlico River right there, Mouse Harbor right there. I don't even know if you can access Mouse Harbor by truck, really. I have no idea. Haven't had enough time to explore, really, that possibility. I'm not sure if anyone's captured this on video and uploaded it to YouTube. I think it's very cool. Next stop is going to be Lowland, and we're going to reach Lowland by taking Hobucken School Road, and it actually loops around to Lowland Road, so that's going to be fine. There is no Hobucken School to speak of. It really makes me wonder, like, was there enough people out here at one point to support a Hobucken school? I'm gonna go ahead and interrupt myself and say, yes, there was enough people for there to be a school. I originally in the video just kept muttering about how maybe they taught like farming skills in the 1800s in like some old church, basically making like my own theory about what the Hobucken school would be. But this article from pages 54 to 59 by K. Midget Shepherd in the Goose Creek Islander 2011 sums up what happened to the Hobucken School very nicely. The first high school in Hobucken was built in 1923 to 1924. The minutes of the Board of Education shows that the night of February 12th, 1936, this new brick high school burned. The contract was approved on July 8th, 1936 to build another school on the same site. The school was completed and everything seemed to be running on an even keel when in January 1940, the new school burned. In October 1940, another contract was approved to rebuild on the same site. During the 1940s, plans and discussions occurred concerning consolidation of all Pamlico County high schools. This was completed, and in 1951, the last high school graduation was held at Hobucken. The elementary school remained at Hobucken until 1967, when the county consolidated all the elementary schools. After the consolidation of the county schools in 1967, this building became the home of the Hobucken Community Center in 1969. On September 15, 1999, during Hurricane Floyd, a tornado destroyed several structures, including the school. Today, a new community building and post office are on this site. Now, you have to remember this was written in 2011, so now that post office and that community building, I did not see y'all driving. I think I actually show where I would imagine the school was, but I could be wrong. It looks like it was just replaced by a church, but yeah. Yeah, just left and right, guys. Left and right. Wetlands, wetlands. I think these are wetlands. I think these are called wetlands. Shout out to the wetlands. These are not the wetlands. My bad. They're important, though. We're losing them. They got utility poles, electrical poles, in the swamp. Which is very interesting. I'm not sure how they managed to do all that. And I guess there's a private tract of land right there. Look at that. But if your vibe is like small, there's I guess a telephone pole over there. Maybe the signal out here isn't that bad. Then I could completely understand living somewhere like this. It's very peaceful, you know. I guess if you knew everybody out here, you wouldn't feel that endangered, you know. Private
property and for sale, guys. Oh my God, there's another car out here. I don't want another person out here to see that I'm recording Hobucken. There's a shed with his light on to my right in someone's backyard. There's like people with cars in their house, I guess. But other than that, I'm not like entirely sure who is out here. But I did see someone driving down the road. Guys, there's not even a Dollar General. There's a Dollar General everywhere. There's not a Dollar General here though. It has like that little road sign saying that there's a road coming up to our right, and indeed there is. This church right here next to this person's house, it's a pretty big church. It's actually pretty well maintained too. There's a kid on a swing. Don't want to capture that. That seems a little bit weird. Here, I'm gonna put my phone down while I take this right, because they're like right in the camera. They would be. All right, there we go. This is Hobucken School Road. Maybe that school road was in that church. Wait, is that a USPS?
Yeah, so not only is that the USPS for Hobucken, but that is also the Goose Creek Community Center, which used to be the school. So this building right here is now where the school used to be back in the 50s.
Or is that another church? Well, either way, they got some basketball courts out here, y'all. They got whatever that is. What is this supposed to be?
Yeah, so I've dug around for about 30 minutes and there's no information on what this building is that is currently online. So I've resorted to asking a photographer from the 90s that was living in or is from Hobucken, and hopefully I'll get a response, but I have absolutely no idea what this is. Just know that none of the things that you see that are littering this building have moved since like 2024, at least 2024.
No idea. They've got house, just some house stuff. Do they still have the MAGA stuff up? Yep, I'll be back. Donald Trump. They're very obsessed with Donald Trump out here. There's an anchor. That's very interesting. Pretty interesting house. You got this really like, guys, I can't lie to you. There's no way you can fit 2 trucks on this road. There's no way. Like, somebody's got to drive a little bit in the water. Hill Moon Pond is to my left right there. I don't think that's private or public access, probably, which is kind of weird. How do you guys feel about places that kind of feel like it should be public not being public? What do you guys think about that? To the right, more rundown houses. And I just have to imagine, like, you can try your hardest to, but having like houses out here is probably hard. Having property out here is probably hard because of just like the chances that it could go wrong. There's someone's RV right there. To my right, there's a no outlet, and to my left, there's more road that probably leads back into Hobucken to the bridge. So we're gonna go ahead and explore all of Lowland. The sun is going down. I don't think I'm gonna capture anymore after I leave Hobucken through the bridge. I'm just gonna focus on getting home because I've been out for an hour and it's gonna be an hour back. So we're gonna go towards this no outlet place. Hopefully that doesn't end bad. No outlet means dead end. So it's a polite way of saying, yeah, the road ends here. I think that's what that means. I'm not entirely sure. I'm shaking my hand on purpose whenever I'm talking right now because I want to simulate me doing hand motions while I talk. That's just how I talk. Hopefully I have been an entertaining host of this video. I've tried to keep my opinions not too heavy-handed throughout recording this, but they've definitely leaked through. Bridge, I said before the road. Oh, there's like a certain amount of people here to where if I point my phone at somebody passing by, they might just follow me. They might just like turn around and just follow me until I stop. That's what I imagine. Anyway, this is Lowland, North Carolina. I'm pretty sure we're on Lowland Road. And I'm not sure what this leads to my
my left is Upper Spring Creek, which I'm pretty sure is a dead end. I think I've been on that road before. It ended a 3-point turn to turn around and go back towards Hobucken and then back home. If you look where I'm at right now, I'm kind of just in the middle of nowhere. Like I said, nobody's really captured what these roads look like. I mean, you can look on Google Maps and shit, yeah, but is that as fun as seeing it in a video? Nah, it isn't. I don't think it is. I don't know why I said nah like that. No, it's not. Like, somebody should video it. This is the video. And videoing it before the super El Nino that might catastrophically fuck up, this part of North Carolina, which would be very sad. I actually wrote my first draft of one of my essays that got me into college about Hobucken, or places like Hobucken. I think I name dropped Hobucken in the essay. I might have rephrased and redone it, redid it, rewrote it. There you go. Rewrote it to be about my hometown, Grantsboro, and then wrote it about in another essay about Hobucken. But either way, like, this place is important to me. Just because I think it shows like what happens if you just have a town and you can't really do anything in it because it's not like hospitable to say the least. I mean, probably is. It definitely is. I mean, people live here, but like still, inhospitable implies like it's like Mars. It's not. It's not that bad. Is that a fire station or is that just a house? Yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't seen one fire station. Oh yeah, we're in Lowland for sure. Yeah, it says welcome to Lowland, but I think we've been in Lowland. I'm gonna drink a little bit with my right hand. Still carbonated. Love that. See, bad thing about carbonation though, kind of hurts your stomach a little bit, and also makes you burp. Don't want to burp down the mic on the video. This isn't like a voice recording I'm sending to one of my friends. This is a video that maybe 5 people will ever see. Nobody will ever see this deep into the video though. No way. Because, I mean, I've just been driving around. Ooh, another car. Oh, 2 cars. Guys, there's a truck and then a car. And a car with I think that was a USPS car. Interesting. It's like, I mean, they got to get their mail too, yo. Just because they live in... That is a nice house. That is a nice house. I wonder what these people out here do though. Like, do they have to commute to get to wherever they work? Or do they work for each other? Like, what type of economy is going on out here? Because we haven't seen a chain. We haven't seen, like, I'm not even sure if I've seen necessarily a small business. What is that? I'm about to eat my words. There's a church right there. And then there's a church right there. I want to stop and look around, but there's people all around in these houses. And I don't feel that safe stopping in that parking lot. Definitely not stopping and getting out. There's a cat to my right. I had to get a little bit left of center. Put my camera back on the steering wheel. Lowland's a bit bigger than I remember. I think I just stopped driving in it at some point. Because, I mean, yeah, there isn't much to see. There's a fire department, volunteer fire department, Goose Creek Island. So I think they just called this Goose Creek Island. We just passed by another church. Do I go straight or take a left? We're gonna speed a little bit straight. I have been driving under the speed limit by like a lot. And is this just a sign that says Lowland in front of me? Nice. Like, I wonder what they think I thought this was, considering that we're on Lowland Road and it already has said welcome to Lowland once. Like, what do you think do you think I was in Leland or towards Wilmington, North Carolina? I wonder. Scratching my head a little bit here. I think there's a car coming up, so. No, there isn't. It looked like it though. I wonder what that's about. Sun's going down. I feel kind of bad for my parents because they're probably thinking, where the hell is he? Well, actually, no, my dad has my truck's location, so he can see that I am in
Lowland, North Carolina, he just probably doesn't know why the hell I would be in Lowland, North Carolina. They know that I just like to go out and explore a little bit, for better or for worse. To me, like, this part of Eastern North Carolina reminds me of Western North Carolina, where they just got a lot of houses and not much else really. Again, this road is super skinny, so I'm kind of driving left of center, because if I were to drive, try to just stay completely on my own side of the road, I run the risk of just running into the grass on the right. I'm gonna speed up a little bit here, because I think that this road is about to end. I respect that someone at some point of time really thought about which lines should be dashed and for how long, and then which lights should be solid on this road. Like, they were really thinking, okay, who's gonna try to pass? Like, they're just thinking, how should someone pass on this road? Road in 750 feet. We're about to have another Hobucken situation out here, y'all. We're gonna see if we can get out the car again for a quick moment. I'm not gonna pretend like I want to, though, because, well, I kind of do. It's just that there's, oh, no. No. Oh, well, yeah, no, this is fine. So I don't want to stick around out here for too long. This is the end of, I believe, Lowland Road. I'll try to take a screenshot and put up what this part, like what the other side of this is supposed to be, like what town. Make a guess. I feel like it might just be like Oriental or something. This is very cool. This is just the end of the road, so I can be out here, I'm pretty sure. Wow. It's really cool. I just keep saying that, but it's true. Very quiet. What's that? Oh my God. Galaxy gas. They've got Galaxy gas out here, y'all. So it's confirmed when they're out here, they do trucks too, because it gets boring. And to the right here, there is a cemetery. Not sure of who, which family. None of my business. It's ultralight, can of something, or bottle of something, plastic bottle, and just a cemetery. I haven't seen this marked, but to be fair, I haven't looked over before on the map. Getting kind of nervous standing out here, but some random whatever. Fenced off, I don't really know why. And then we zoom in here, we can see that there's some type of I actually don't know what it's trying to say. Oh, it's like a roofing contractor, something like that, which makes sense. I mean, if you're gonna live out here, you're probably gonna do work for people out here. So another dead end taking a video of. Very nice. Well, I haven't zoomed in. One more look. Trying to stand still, but there's so many mosquitoes. All right. Let's get back in the car. We're nowhere near Mouse Harbor. I hate to tell you guys, we are over by Goose Creek, Campbell Creek, stuff like that. And then over here, no idea what this is called.
This is just Aurora in Beaufort County.
But this is the land. It's south of Goose Creek Game Land. We were over here originally, which I thought was Goose Creek Game Land, but apparently not. Very interesting. Oh, there's a gas station somewhere up there on 33 East. Thought it would be 55. But yeah, there's a house to my right now. You can't see it on the video. But we're gonna go ahead and speed out of here. It is getting dark. And I'm honestly not as worried about getting caught up out here when it's dark. as much as I am with somewhere like Grantsboro. Grantsboro just doesn't have the greatest reputation of just the people in it. There's no reputation of the people out here because no one really knows anyone that's out here. They're pretty isolated. I mean, they're probably 30 minutes from Bayboro, which has probably the closest medical center, or doctor's office. So I don't really know what these people out here do. It's not like I can knock on their door or go to a community center, because I mean, knocking on their door probably gonna be shot, and there is no community center to really speak of other than church.
I was indeed wrong when I said this, so don't listen to me.
And don't think that they would welcome you to their 1,000 churches that they have here.
Also not sure why I said this. This could just be wrong.
Which is crazy. They have like as many churches as they do people. So many people out here are probably preaching, bro. These people all are probably Christian. Just with how many churches are there and how red that this place is. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. My parents are probably going to call me soon and be like, hey, where are you? Because they're going to see on my on the Nissan app, because I drive a Nissan, like where I'm at. And they're just going to be like, where are you? Can you come home? Why are you out there? Hopefully I'll have this to show them without the audio, of course, to say, hey, I was in Lowland and I got some cool videos and got first videos I've came across about Lowland in 15 years or so. You can look up videos from, I think, 9/11 to 2011 of Lowland. I'm itching like crazy, y'all. This place has a mosquito problem. This place has so many mosquitoes. It's crazy. It's really humid out here. It's swampy, so of course they have a bunch of mosquitoes. But golly, I got ate up. I got ate up in the very short amount of time that I was. Oh, there's a truck. Yeah, we're just driving the way back right now. So what do you guys think of places like Lowland and Hobucken? I don't think I went through Vandermeer. I'm not sure if I have time, unfortunately, to go through Vandermeer. I'll try. Maybe I'll just pass through and show what Vandermeer has, but I can imagine it's something similar to this. I think I've been really critical this entire time of like all of this. But I could definitely see the reasons to living out here instead of living in like Durham or Fayetteville. Same cities I said earlier, Whiteville, Salisbury, like High Point. Like there's definitely some pros to living out here. It's very peaceful. I mean, I've only seen like maybe 5 cars throughout my time driving out here. There's really no one out here, but can't imagine it's the best place for you to. Oh my god, they have construction out here. I guess they're probably just taking down trees. Those looked a little rusty though. I wonder if they just kind of just said, you know what, leave them out there, we're not going back out there. I wonder if something happened, or just rain caught up to it. There's a rusty truck that's getting grass growing on it. I'm not sure if I went this way last time, but I don't imagine that I wouldn't go this way. I'm not sure how concerned I should be about the risk of deer on this road. That's something I'm definitely concerned about on my way back into Craven County. But out here, it's so swampy. I'm just not imagining. Oh wait, it's called Goose Creek Game Land. Okay, well then there's probably game. Never mind. Never mind. There's probably game that I have to watch out for, but I mean, water to my left, water to my right. Unless they're just chilling in the water and they're deer ain't cool, then there's also 2 random traffic cones. I don't know if you saw that, but there's just 2 random traffic cones in the ditch. Yeah, so many mosquitoes out here, y'all. So if y'all step out here in Lowland, North Carolina, make sure to wear long sleeves everywhere. I should have worn a hoodie and sweatpants, to be completely honest. But I didn't, because that would have been hot, and it's hot outside. It's 84. When I got in here, it was 90 degrees though. Or not in my truck, but outside, because it's, you know, the dog days of summer. It's August 9th, is it? Yeah, it's August 9th. 11 days before I move in to college. So I was like, hey, while I'm at it, might as well come out here. And take some videos of Lowland, Hobucken, Mesic, Alliance, Grantsboro, Bayboro. And that is indeed what I did. And I'm glad to have gotten those videos of Hobucken because there's not any recent videos of Hobucken that I've been able to find.
Also, while editing this, I realized that I forgot to do a college course that was due at 12 a.m. and it's now 12:45 a.m. while I am editing this. The day after it was due, or 45 minutes after it was due. I guess you could say I got so entranced by the charm of Lowland and Hobucken that I just forgot to do my assignment. That's really what happened.
I'm trying to capture the road instead of like the sky, but like bear with me because I am holding this by hand. Oh, there's a car coming up. Gotta turn off my eyes. Or at least it looks like it. I think there should be. Probably like a truck with really bright LED lights. What do you think? Wait, it's looking like... So far, no. Might be like a car parked or something. I don't know if you can see it. It's in the distance. Oh, wait, I think these are just like lights on a house. Huh, okay. But would you guys be entirely surprised to be down here and see a big Ford F-150 with like massive LED lights on it just blinding you? Like, would that surprise you? It wouldn't surprise me. There's a water tower, so we're back near Hobucken School Road. Like, the left right here is Hobucken School Road. It's getting dark out, guys. Are y'all scared? One like if you're scared. I know I kind of am. I want to see there's a bit more of Hobucken to see other than that one road. Because I imagine that there is, that I just couldn't see. I wish I had a 360 camera to show y'all all the things around me, but it's mainly just houses. Yeah, we're back in, this is, look, 304 33 Highway, Hobucken Marina. Is that place closed? Here, I'm gonna be a little bit creepy to this family to my right, or the house to my right. Look, open.
So this was actually a gas station that has now been closed since at least early 2024. However, the lights are on inside of the gas station, which is odd, I would say. I tried to call the phone number that is listed for this gas station, and the line is dead. And the only review that I can find for it on Google Maps has it at 1 star, while other reviews have placed it at like 4 stars and said I had good hot dogs.
It looks like ain't nobody there. I mean, how would you stay open if you're out here, to be honest? Don't want to creep out everybody out here, though. I imagine that they're not used to trucks slowly, like, creeping by, like, old, abandoned gas stations. Maybe I'll like, look on Google Maps and find out if that place was ever, like, ran at all. Maybe they have stuff going on down there where the lights are on. So if I can reach there, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm not sure how you would, though. Like, I don't know where that road is coming from. Here, let's see. This bridge is no joke, y'all. So if you're out here, be careful. Even though nobody's ever gonna be out here. No one watching this video is ever gonna be out here. Unless someone looks up Pamlico County because they wanna visit Pamlico County. I'm gonna take a left. This would be towards Aurora, but I'm just trying to figure out how I can get to Ray Mayo Seafood. That's the place in Hobucken. Okay, yeah. Actually, remember that. I remember that part about Hobucken. There is a seafood place in Hobucken named R.A. Mayo Seafood. To my left, there's a wildlife viewing area. Not sure what that means. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. Aurora to the left. But now we're going to keep going where the road ends. Take a little bit of a risk here.
state-owned property, no trespassing. We're not going to go there. I assume that's talking about the bridge. Then there's this end of the road, and then there's this dead end right here. And then look, this is the part of Hobucken. Oh my God, there's a flickering light. Oh, you're kidding me. That's delightful. That's so creepy. They have these boats out here, these big boats. I think someone's on that boat because there's a light on. There's a lot of commercial fishing, like I said, out here. There's the Birdie P on my left. Nothing really on my right, so there's nothing to record. All the boats have their lights on. Maybe they're actually on them. And we got the R.E. Mayo Seafood to my left. Here it is, Marine Supply. Oh, shit. Look. Free Wi-Fi. Not trying to get in this person's business, so I'm gonna be really quick about getting out of here. Don't want them to think I'm like intruding. So on the U-turn, you see more boat, more boat, more boat, more water, more boat, more boat. There's a truck or a boat with pirate stuff on it, and then there's the flickering street light. Very rocky out here. Not rocky, no, it's not smooth. Rough, there we go, that's the word, rough. I just roughed like a dog, bro. I've never saw this part. There's the office, and then there's like, they got gas? They got gasoline out here? Or is that for air? Is that just pumping air into tires? Well, yeah, I would imagine that seafood place is just not open every day. But hey, if you're in Hobucken and it's the right day, or if you're in Pamlico County, because I don't know why you'd be in Hobucken. If you're in Pamlico County on the right day, you might be able to find you some seafood. I got 10% battery on my phone. I mean, I could let it die, but my parents would probably call me and just be like, where are you? They'd be very concerned. They'd be very worried. My phone just died and they couldn't get a hold of me. So I'm gonna try not to let it die out here. So we got to see that part of Hobucken. We could go towards Aurora, but there's just not enough charge on my phone. I mean, I got in here when it was 41%. I think my phone has done a pretty okay job at lasting though. Lowland, and to the right you got Lowland in 1 mile, Hobucken in 2. So I think we're approaching the end of the video, because I don't think Vandermeer is in a clear shot, and yeah, it's dark out now, y'all. So I don't want my parents to be too worried about me. But either way, I'm 45 minutes away from my house. At least, I'm not even entirely sure about that. So if that concludes our journey, well, what do y'all think about Lowland or Hobucken, Bayboro, these type of places? What do you guys think about Cash Corner number 13? How do you guys feel about the Donald Trump mural on Lowland? That's on someone's house, and that's like one of the only things you can really find in Lowland. How do you guys feel about the galaxy gas that we found? Yes, us. This is parasocial, not the other person watching. Us. Yes, us.
Now, in this part of the video, I asked myself, would this be somewhere I would live? To where I strongly responded to myself, hell no. However, I want to say that researching during the making and editing of this video has made me lessen my notes. It's just like, nah, it's just not for me. But like, this place has community, it has culture, it has things that it does. I'm not gonna sit here and clown on this place for existing. This place is cool, it's peaceful, it's just not my vibe personally, but I could see it being my vibe when I'm older and ready to like settle down and retire or something if it's still here.
Wouldn't want to raise a kid out here.
And I only say that because I find it personally boring, and I feel like a kid would get bored out here, not because it's a bad place.
And I've had a whole rant about this area of Pamlico County, but at the end of the day, it's not something to rant about. It's just like, yeah, people would rather live like this than live in the city. Like, it's just a fact of life. People like living out where they can fish and stuff. And then if they have kids, their kids are probably not going to like it, so they're probably going to just like get Galaxy gas. And that person turned off their high beams, so shout out to them. They're nice. Because like at the end of the day, I keep saying that over and over. They could just flash me with high beams and I could do nothing. And they gave me a lot of room on my side of the road. Because I'm driving on the white line. I'm driving pretty safely, despite having a camera in my right hand. Look, more house. I will say that this does also remind me of like Davis, North Carolina, or Ocean, North Carolina, or Atlantic, North Carolina, not Ocean, North Carolina, although there might be an Ocean, North Carolina that I'm not aware of.
No, actually, I didn't make this up, and I did know of an ocean. I just forgot where it was. There is an ocean. It's in Carteret County, which is not in the same county as Pamlico, obviously, but I have drove through it before, so it came from somewhere.
Or something like that. But there's like Atlantic, North Carolina. There's Davis, North Carolina. That I've been to both. They look a lot like this. But it's peaceful out here, y'all. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up the video now. This has been me wrapping up the video. If you enjoyed, drop a like, a subscription, favorite the video, because you can still do that. Rate it 5 stars. And if you're somehow watching all the way to the end of the video, you're a madman. All right, that's it. Bye bye.